Hello everybody, welcome to episode 3 of Ace Attorney 3. Well, it's episode 2 of Ace Attorney 3. Hang on. Welcome to Lawyers.
Thank you for confirming. Hello everybody, Kevin's here as well. Ignore the fact that the pack cat in the corner. Pay no attention to that pack person in the corner.
Hello.
I'm here for reasons, which I will apparently find out later on. I'm being asked to do a voice. I have no idea who this character is. It's one of those things that Cat just thinks that I somehow know. So I have no idea what's coming up. This'll be fun. Let's...
If I say just be cool as shit, does that work?
No. Have you met me?
Yes, actually.
I'm not capable of such things. I'm going to put on a completely inappropriate voice for it then. You have been warned.
Oh no, this is going to be amazing.
You have been warned. Anyway. Begin and I'll let you do stuff.
Lawyers. Hey Nick. What is it? Is something wrong?
Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy.
Oh, so check out the Mask DeMasque glossy I bought. You bought this where?
From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale.
You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. They're selling bromides, everybody. It's a...
God.
Come on, I'm guilty! Throw the book at me!
Who's screaming like that?
Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did. But it doesn't look like things are gonna get any less ugly for you. Because I did it! I'm the criminal! Me!
Ugh, he's at it again.
I sent the calling card to Berkeley Taylor, I admit it! But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally, when I say of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but yikes! Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty, so make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please! Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Jessie, honey! Bonjour! Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. You see, actually, the thief is Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. Words. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Mask DeMasque or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of.
It's a pipe bomb!
It's not that kind of Ron! He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. The bailiff speaks. Mr. DeLite, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron DeLite. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Can you guess who you are?
Are you seriously putting me as him?
Yes.
Let's say...
Do you not want to?
I mean... I have no idea what voice to use for him.
Be cool as shit.
Fine, this'll go superbly. Right, let's go.
what about the prosecution? Are you prepared to...
Is that still him?
Yes.
What a stupid question.
What did you say?
Fine, let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? No, you didn't answer me. Are you ready?
Let's get ready to suck it!
Choices.
Degenerate!
Incredible choices are being made here tonight, folks.
Are you ready to pass judgment?
No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides.
Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by.
Who are you?
I am Godot, the ultimate prosecution form.
Almost literally.
I've never lost a case, except Maria.
Not Maria, not again.
Phoenix X Apollo Generations coming soon. Anyway, I've never lost a case. I'm a legendary prosecutor.
He's the one that Detective Atme was talking about.
Yes, your reputation precedes you.
Excellent, you read the manual of the game. I'm really happy.
What kind of cases have you dealt with so far?
Ha, none.
What did you say?
I've never prosecuted a case before.
Never? But you said you've never lost before.
Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either, but it's just a matter of time.
Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you?
I just said, even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Technically that's not true because you begin as a seed, but never mind.
Yes, but a mask? In the court of law? During the Mask DeMasque case?
Ha! Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces, or over our hearts. Or technically, I guess you can call an athletic cup a mask of some kind for your genitalia. But never mind that.
Calm the fuck down, bro.
This guy is the real deal, all right, Nick.
Shut up, you at the back.
Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal?
Because I'm talking all the time, I'm actually going to turn off that cat. It seems a bit pointless when we're both yapping as... anyway.
So, we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Nick, is he a friend of yours?
No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Who is this masked?
I'm insulting him, you stupid girl! I've returned from the depths of hell. Welcome, now to do battle with you on this, my concept album.
Oh shit!
It's death metal. It's death metal hymns with an infusion of Asian salsa.
Meanwhile, the cool jazz.
Yes, absolutely. Anyway, I'm here to do battle with you. Otherwise, this wouldn't be your game.
You asked for this.
I did, and I'm enjoying
You
it.
asked for this.
Well then, Prosecutor Gabo.
It's not Gobbo, it's Godot, Your Honor, or Your Honor.
In any case, please give your opening statement.
I will certainly give my opening statement, except I won't, because those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I am not sure how that works, but I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite.
What is it?
Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? Well, you are the weakest link! Goodbye!
That's what he's suggesting.
I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two. Also, the girl in the pajamas, shut your face!
Well, then let's hear from the first witness.
Witnesses? Witnesses are pointless!
My name is...
No one has asked for your name, witness!
Yeah, he's got a point.
The important thing is what you know. That's all. Start talking. We're listening. Welcome everybody to Fraser Crane's radio show.
Yes, sir. All right, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir.
Ah, yes, I remember. It was that guy who took it off the Undertaker.
Oh, He's begun now, folks. Mask DeMasque is a master thief that started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Mask DeMasque, sir. It fits his MO to a T.
Ooh, kids.
So then, the actual identity of this Mask DeMasque is? Mr. Goddo, what are you...
We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Goddo.
Blacker than a moonless night, hotter or more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed.
Very well, it's only coffee after all. It's not like you're drinking fucking Prime or something, you piece of shit.
I have standards!
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial.
We're talking about Prime, everyone agrees on that shit.
Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you going to do?
As long as they haven't brought up Mr. DeLite's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Mask DeMasque who stole the urn.
She booped Gumshoe on the monitor for the sake of... Let the record show!
Let the record
double
show
cross-
that I
no,
booped Gumshoe
booped
and I'll
Gumshoe.
do it again. So, we must be critical of these phrases. Mask DeMasque started his crime spree 6 months ago. He sends a calling card, because he is a phantom thief and they do that. This was his 5th heist, so he sent a card to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to only go after the most precious art pieces. He's taking the stream. He's fled.
You need to get onto the chat and not have the stream camp again going to you.
Okay. Well, his pattern is to only go after the most precious art pieces, right? So what the fuck is this shit? The thing he tried to steal?
Oh, yes!
Supposedly priceless. And has no monetary value, which means it's priceless.
Objection!
Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right?
That's right, pal.
But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean?
Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing?
No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Goddo, what is the value of that urn?
The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense.
So, in other words, it was not the kind of item Mask DeMasque would normally go after.
Why the hell are we here?
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Mask DeMasque.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out a contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask DeMasque or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Goro?
This coffee here is my own special blend. It's a little bit different every time, so I can't guarantee the taste. References! Film references! That people don't get!
I assume that's why that number is that high.
Film references people don't get. Anyway, it's my own special blend. I call it Enigma for Men.
Is it a fucking cologne?
Eau de coffee, yeah.
I know, some women are probably into that.
Absolutely. I call it Godot 107. I'm trying to side with the cut down on the acidity on the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got in my mind, Mr. Trite.
What fucking lawyer shit? We're talking about fucking lawyers.
If you're really a man, you should clean up your own... How does that work? What is he talking about? I must interrupt my own character here to ask, what is he talking about? This makes no sense.
This man is traumatized, mentally ill, and...
How dare you!
Sorry, but I don't understand what you're saying.
If you're saying it wasn't Mask DeMasque that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask DeMasque's methods. A faker!
A fake DeMasque?
Fake DeMasque? That sounds so ridiculous. But I like it.
Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake. I mean, other than the very obvious point that you just made, which makes perfect sense.
Though I don't approve of Mr. Goro's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
It looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake DeMasque. Well, that is a DeMasque, so that's probably not it. Is it right up again?
Was the mouth visible?
Is the mask supposed to be visible?
Yeah.
Yes. I like his, like, generic Japanese thief bag, by the way. It's got the traditional pattern on it, so you know that this is a highway robber.
Okay. Nice of them to advertise it thusly.
It's nice of them to give out bromides.
We in the West just write swag on it, but no, we've got a full-on... Oh, actually, so he doesn't have his bag. Oh, he doesn't have the thing on his car
He doesn't have the clasp.
He doesn't have the clasp.
So do I just present that?
I guess so.
Take that!
Yes. The proof is right here.
This looks like a photo taken by a security camera. What is with all the mysterious white liquid over there?
Don't worry, it's staying in around the blood. It's got nothing to do with this game. But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it.
Ah, well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? If you know what it is, then show us what it is. Go on, use that pointer of yours to
Okay.
point on the screen.
So he hands me the stick. As the guy
Why
holding
don't
up the
you
photo
use that
presents it in
mysterious
court.
mouse in front of you to show you where the problem is? Oh shit, he's found something.
It's right here, of course.
You mean Mask DeMasque?
I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on DeMasque's chest.
A breach here?
Bailiff, get my steed! We need to retreat at once! What? Every now and then I run into a line in this game that makes me giggle all over
Hang
again.
on,
I should know these games back to back, but like,
What
get
is
my
going
steed!
on in his head at the minute?
Now this judge is rather old, his hearing's not so fine.
This was taking place in October, though, wasn't it? Or
This is October...
It's not January 6th.
No, this is October 20s...
Yeah,
2018?
as long as it's not January
A
6th.
brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on.
A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. But the Mask DeMasque in the security camera photo... Ah! He has no brooch! Ah! He has no throat!
That brooch is the same as the emblem on Mask DeMasque's calling card and serves as his symbol, as well as his actual mask, as well as his hat. Look at his
I
stupid
think his
little
entire
hat.
outfit is basically a gimmick.
Imagine... I would love it if that was like an emotive clasp. It just changes faces with his actual facial expression. That's the best kind of cartoon trope.
And yet, this isn't the weirdest the judge gets, says
Oh
Random
no.
Genius.
But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask DeMasque is a fake.
I've been fooled again!
Oh, my fucking paycheck again.
Order! It's true! Undeniably true! Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I...
Hey now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too.
He'll bring the refreshments.
Damn straight I will. This is 106. Despair.
Can you guess why it's 107, though?
No.
I'll tell you later.
Mr. Godder, you deserve some blame in this too.
Fucking...
How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
Ha! The brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this?
Why is this...
Ta-da!
Ah!
That's Mask DeMasque's brooch!
Where did you find it?
Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene, and it's now completely tainted with all my fingerprints.
Possibly.
It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue.
Buddha statue? You must mean the Ami face statue.
Why didn't you tell me about that, sir?
I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. What the hell is up with him?
This guy is one... I'm not gonna use this fucking word because Kevin's playing him. This guy is a customer.
Up yours, pajama girl! You're the worst pajama girl since Marinette Dupanchang.
Oh shit.
It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? I used the word little twice in the same sentence, and it looked weird. A friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too.
Hickeys? In this courtroom?
Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Ron DeLite's fingerprints.
I'm not sure why you would call his fingerprints hickeys.
Neither am I.
What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch?
Absolutely.
Order! Order in the court!
Grab my steed, we're getting... I love the place in his mind where he has a steed.
Mr. Gordon, let's see the brooch.
My lovely, lovely, lovely horse, my lovely horse. I'm gonna attach my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her.
Please don't call her a girlfriend.
I mean, it appears to have been torn off some clothing.
You did ask where that white puddle came from, and now you know.
There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene.
Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem.
Ha! You mess with Godot, you get the horns!
You get burned. Bitch.
Also, but you get burned by horns!
He's been playing me like a violin. Only Edgeworth gets to do that.
Well, Judge, I'm ready to call my next witness!
Huh? You done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet.
You've proven your own incompetence! That's good enough.
That doesn't sound good at all.
I'm calling Mr. Edgeworth after the trial. He'll treat me good.
Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom.
And if you've got a spare judge out there, bring that in as well!
This man remains employed for the next 3 games. That's after a time skip. How does he keep doing it?
Well, Gumshoe.
The judge.
Stick with Gumshoe.
Finally, time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? Okay, how did I do this last time? Was I just
give
a
it you
fucking weirdo?
1 second, there's 1 drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Yes, I use coffee pot.
Silence!
Sorry.
Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What's clear? Savannah! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Am I correct? Well, yes, that's right.
Ram Genius, we've got no downtime over this one.
Yes, we have no downtime. We unfortunately have Coffee Man.
Ha! Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil, if you know what I mean.
We just called him out in his coffee addiction, so that's a secret.
Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Apney, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
And Penguin from the Yu-Gi-Oh series.
You get a penguin. Boy, these two make a perfect pair.
I know. We're gonna get a spin-off soon. That's what I'm going for in all of this.
They'd either be best friends or they tear each other's heads off.
I've heard that on the night of the crime you were all alone on security detail. You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes.
Americans will do anything but use.
I legitimately got angry then for a second.
If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is. Get angry again.
You mean much like an urn that was stolen?
That urn supposedly contained a human soul. It lost that human soul last year when it was broken, to be honest, but... Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it.
Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed. Does it have a recording function? Does it have a zoom?
I would assume it has a zoom. It's a fucking magnifying glass. But
it was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask DeMasque, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone.
I didn't even get to use the soccer ball dispenser in my belt.
30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
Yeah.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal. My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
For God's sake.
I fail to see why the witness seemed so proud of his performance that evening. Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the King of Thieves, the great Mask DeMasque, my arch-enemy. The King of Thieves, you say?
You don't stand a chance against the King of Thieves.
That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me about the King of Thieves.
You don't stand a chance against the King of Thieves.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, we must poke this man. It is approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. I'm not gonna actually present anything, I'm just gonna look at the time in the story. Close enough. Fair enough. Close enough. Right? You agree that's close enough?
I agree it's close enough. I'm interested in the fact that there's some torn clothing on the back of that thing.
I know, but I don't...
I'm
think we
waiting
have
for
to-
the opportunity for us to turn the thing around so we can go, oh, it looks like blank.
Tragically, we have to wait another few years for that in terms of the series development.
Okay.
Because this was a GBA game.
It seems a bit weird, though, that there's no obvious torn clothing, is all I'm going to say.
Back. That's when Mask DeMasque dancingly descended upon me, just as I began to turn the couch like a fierce blow upon my noble head. Look at it. Look at it, extravagantly, exquisitely shaved, and very, very targetable. Especially in the night with that giant blonde string. Darkness swallowed me, and then he was gone. 30 minutes later? Is that when you woke up, or...? I gotta poke. About this 30 minutes, my silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying, and I'm a fucking spirit janitor. That's not how that works! I think he's saying that he was out cold. So, what happened during these 30 minutes? None can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether. Just what the fuck is he? There's something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence. Huh? Which piece? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? It was 1 o'clock in the morning. In the morning. Just as I began to turn, he bonked me. Except we don't use that word anymore, hopefully, because that means bonk. We can prove that there was a bonk. We can prove that there was a 1 AM. One of the evidences says something and my brain does not function. We know that correspondingly at the 1 AM, the real Mask DeMasque was off doing something else. I mean, if Ron is the real Mask DeMasque. We cannot analyze it because we're not in that stage of the game. You son of a bitch, you thought this was a DS game? How dare you? Okay, my brain is functioning a little impurely, I think.
What's in the calling card now?
What's in the calling card? Yours truly, Kaito. I'm sorry, we have one major reference for what a Phantom Thief character looks like.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter to this game whatsoever, despite the date.
Yes. Up yours, Persona! Don't give a shit! Okay, so it's not that then.
It's not that then.
This is the specific bonk material. Bent when it hit at me in the head, and then bent again when they hit Phoenix in the head with it.
Is it the
Of course they
photo?
fucking
Is it
had
the
to.
photo? Because that was he had the stuff up. It was still before 1 a.m.
Yeah.
and he had the stuff then, so he would have had to have knocked out this guy. I don't understand what it is really they're looking for in this.
This is why we this is why we don't do that. Hiroki was gone. Hold it! Let's press him and be casual about reading it. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened, Doc? Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all I can recall. That's not very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Gatto, do you have a problem with the photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony. So we put that, and the photo is actually evidence that happened. The almost swallowed me before I could land a single strike. Hold it! What is this son of a bitch talking about? You weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, sir lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I had more brains to begin with. He may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. So, 30 minutes is how long he was knocked out?
Ah! I've not looked up a walkthrough at all.
Come on, we
it's
should be able to do
It's
this.
the brooch.
It is the brooch itself?
Right, so he didn't land a single blow, but the brooch was torn off.
That is true. How did the brooch get torn off? By shenanigans?
Objection!
Shenanigans? I say shenanigans. Stop saying shenanigans in there.
I've told you before, for I am Godot, the ultimate coffee drinker. Do not underestimate me, Bellows, for I am the good witch. No, wait.
Mr. Atme, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mask DeMasque. It is, in point of fact, Mask DeMasque's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. That's not how a brooch works. First of all, there's usually a pin on the back. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atme! Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime that we pretty much never actually... We never actually prosecuted
We
in this
usually
series,
skip over
but-
that in this series, yeah.
No, wait a moment, sir old-timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. I'm not going back again. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases recently.
The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say.
You have a lot of sayings, don't you?
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right?
You talk too much.
You never shut up! I say you talk too much. Oh boy, you never shut up!
Welcome to Botchamania, Phoenix Wright Edition, where we're 2 seconds away from just showing that WWE Gumshoe video.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on! That's quite enough, your honor!
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atme, agree completely. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Atme cannot be so easily discombobulated.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulated. That's one of my rules.
Hey look, they accidentally predicted another future meme.
Discombobulate. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless.
Rendered me senseless as one of my rules.
A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote.
That Jessica Fletcher was a bitch.
Damn, that Jessica Fletcher was
She's a
cold-ass-
stone-cold bitch.
This is a glowing review of Jessica Fletcher,
Surely
by the
it's
way.
Phoenix wrong. I mean,
Not this one.
not this one.
So, in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask DeMasque. Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
So what we're saying that he's been struck by a smooth criminal.
Well, that's certainly understandable. Have you seen his sick moves?
Oh, content ID.
Shit. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
I thought this was Atme versus Coyote.
That can't be good. The many varieties of Phoenix Wright saying, that can't be good.
That can't be good.
Discombobulate.
Not that one.
Bird. Stop commanding me. Unfortunately, he grabs a weapon from the side and he bonks me. My fists were not enough! My bare fist with a giant fucking ruby on it! I am 5 seconds away from just having knuckle dusters. It didn't work.
I was hit! I was struck!
That's how you vary melody so it doesn't cut out, right? We know that the weapon from the side was the Shitashita. Funky sword.
Indeed, we know that it was
Delicious
that.
fork.
We know that it was that was used to grab from the side and rendered me senseless.
That was the bonk. That was the donk.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hit Phoenix. And that is just stuck in my mind as well. So, the bonk of the donk was from the side. It was the sword, and the sword was left behind. If that sword hit you, like... Well, it hit Phoenix and there was no blood, but there's so many spikes there that it would have definitely just caught the blade, right?
What is it?
You
But
imagine,
wait,
like, the
there's
fucking Anna catch. The
I
Anna
like-
catch from Frozen, like...
I like the fact that there's so many spikes there that it would catch, and it was like, oh, you talk about the sword, you talk about his hair. And I
His hair!
You're talking about his hair. Alright, okay, let's get on with this. Go.
So he rendered me senseless. I was going to be a gentleman and punch people, but that didn't work out. Unfortunately, my arms cannot bend backwards.
so he whacked me. He whacked me with the stick. So do I reference the weapon from the side, Kevin?
What do you think it should be?
I looked away from the door. The 2 doors were there. You selected the weapon. I'll press you on the weapon. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Atney, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. He had no idea that I was there, but somehow he ambushed me, which is kind of fucking weird when you think about it. Sword? You mean the Shito that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Unfortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shito. So the thief armed himself with a sword. God damn. What about yourself, witness? I was big punchy. Should I critique sword or big punchy? Press it? About the bonk? Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious.
Powericious!
This man-
That's one of my rules.
This man's vibe is very red-white, and I feel like they would get along very well. They both talk absolute bullshit. As loudly as possible. You know? Powericious. I assumed the Atme fighting stance, but suddenly a flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do we do now? You were blinded? Atme fighting stance?
I think we need
You
to
were
know
blinded?
More about, I think we need to know more about that one.
So, what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman. The statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing. Well, that wasn't very much help at all. What do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This Luke Abney guy, he's definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. Present? Go back to the Luke Atney fighting stance? Because of what the hell that sentence means? So light ricocheted off the golden statue. What is this Atme fighting stance? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say any more. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's Atme fighting style? Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
It's always very important.
Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique, after all. Oh, his little shitty... I'm sorry, I called it a shitty dingbird, and it's on Phoenix, right? It's never a shitty dingbird, baby. I love you so much. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone at night. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that information to your official testimony. And now it is on fucking record, you son of a bitch.
Hang on a minute.
Hang on a second. Your third eye's in the front, but you were hit into the back of the head, you dingus.
I mean, also the whole sword thing. I mean, I feel like that should be questioned. Just compare the sword to this wound here that he's definitely received on the back of the head.
Hang on, I managed to click out of that. That's amazing.
Objection! Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards.
What fun this is, Sir Lawyer! It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you.
No, thank you.
And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet of my armor defeat.
I believe this is what you said yesterday.
No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. From behind, hmm?
But just now, you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit in the head.
It seems I've made another mistake.
Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong!
Objection!
There.
To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings, and a mouth full of Pringles.
Give me a Pringle. In fact, my own Pringle.
Pringles are like coffee. They live, they die, they love, they hate.
I love the way that pings.
And yes, they even make mistakes in their life.
Hey, hold on! It's not as pretty as that.
Really? Then what's it like then? Always chase the riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules.
This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... Dingus fuck? Because I do remember the general flow. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Mask DeMasque. Yeah!
Yark! Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a...
Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask DeMasque.
But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Mask DeMasque. This security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness? DeMasque Sebo is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance.
Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assume...
Objection!
Ow!
Godot Blend 102, my personal favorite, also gives you third-degree burns.
I can feel it.
Mr. Goddard.
The ace detective is actually the ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. Also, pass me those Pringles.
The defense asserts he also wants Pringles.
Pringles for everybody!
But Mr. Goddard, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I
will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of the whole cloth.
Hang on.
Don't weave things out of cloth, but never mind. You weave...
Cold wax, let's go.
But it is in fact nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face.
You know, this is technically more mundane than the whip. But it's worse. Look at my fucking, like, Dragon Quest slime eyes.
Yeah, that shit is very true. That is very Dragon
It's
Quest.
very cute for an assault.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there like a Dragon Quest slime. Get moving like a Dragon Quest slime. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have, quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick?
Atman looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is in fact Mask DeMasque is... Yep,
We don't know yet.
it's true. We don't have any evidence.
We don't have any yet.
We're making an assertion. We're making a baseless assertion in court, which is the stereotype of what
Wait,
someone
hang on.
does.
We're making a basis assertion in court. Ladies and gentlemen, we are playing an Ace Attorney game.
We're just throwing some shit to the wall. Proof? Of course I've got nothing.
Ha! Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high, no matter how bad things get after all. It's one of my rules.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So, you've come to your senses, have you, sir lawyer?
I can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Goddard, do you have anything further? Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Miss DeLite, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for.
I think I found it.
You mean
That bag?
no, not the bag.
What's in the bag?
Well,
That's the secret urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Everybody, have you figured out who Mask DeMasque is yet?
Order! You, madame, that urn, where did you find it?
you'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme. Oh, Tessie, you're the best! He fucking loves his wife! Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Objection! Ha! Pathetic!
Mr. Goddard, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. I wish to say it's still September, and if you're watching on Twitch.tv, here's an opportunity for you to get a subscription at less than you would normally. Take advantage of this opportunity now and support the streamers that you like.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands! Also, Your Honor, it simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved?
Before casting aspersions on Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree DeLite, is that correct?
Yes. What about it?
Ha! How charming. The length that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
What are you insinuating?
As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. The Random Genius already subscribed earlier this month. Well, subscribe again! Take advantage of everything. Doesn't matter. Like, comment, subscribe. So you found the urn. What does that prove exactly? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
Let me put the detective office. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office.
Please, madame. This town is already filled to the brim with lies.
Yeah, welcome to Los Angeles. Where have you been the last 5 years?
Pass me one of those jelly donuts immediately, so I can have it with my coffee. Ah, the wonderful taste of rice.
The wonderful taste of ramen. Burgers. Ramen burgers.
Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Miss DeLite, please, Mickey boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people.
If it's delicious and light, it's delight.
There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. Well, I did reach my hand into there and felt something hard and smooth and long and
It was Pearl.
I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday, and there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn.
Is the person that actually handled the urn that one time?
So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey Nick, come on, open it up! Wait a minute, you can't just open up his private property? Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. Sorry, Maya. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kinda hard and smooth.
Hard and smooth. I'd like to interrupt this flashback to let you know that that's one of my rules.
It is one of Kevin's rules. Well, hello there.
Don't bring me into this.
It's true that I didn't get a chance to look into the bag at that time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves the urn was in Detective Atmey's office.
Objection! Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put on there, does it? Nah.
Of course it does.
What did you say?
It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atmey Detective Agency.
Just before Christmas isn't Christmas.
Ha! This blend. Godot Blend 107. I decided. It's a little too bitter after all.
Look at that smut, bro. He's taking that, like, visor malfunction like a champ.
Oops.
Thank you.
Order! 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 I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn. Wait! Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying? Yes, I've finally broken him down.
Stop jacking off in there, for fuck's sake.
Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake.
You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask DeMasque. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
Please stop moving that arm. It's like
What's
when
he doing down there?
Yeah,
it's-
his arm just goes.
I would like to refer you again to the photo with the mysterious white puddle.
Well, Mr. Gordo, what's Mr. Atmey's condition?
Deranged.
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor, talking about fish for some reason.
He can't fucking do shit about it. He's just trapped there. Like,
I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
it's like just fucking weird, bro.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. Nick, you were right after all.
Yeah, I guess Mr. DeLite really wasn't a thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLite.
Hold it! Hold it! You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you! I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say.
Why is his neck now broken?
Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want! I'm the thief, I tell ya! So do it! Pronounce me guilty, please! I like his layer buns just going up. Very cute.
I don't know what kind of a kangaroo court you all think this is. It's only ex-attorney, but...
Objection!
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judgment. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. Mr. Gordo, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
It's my thing, don't interrupt it!
It's true, actually.
Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir?
If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you are Mask DeMasque, then prove it. That's what it means. Much like this coffee.
Yes, sir, I'd be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick.
It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. It's kinda cute.
Okay. Good boy. Just remember one thing. You don't get any treats unless you sit down properly. Also raise your paw. Also roll over. Good boy. Good boy.
Forbidden Yowie.
A boy only gets one chance in his life. One opportunity.
To become a man.
To become a man.
Forbidden Yowie.
I know that! I won't fail, I swear!
Okay then. Talk. We're all listening. Also, some of us are filming secretly, but pay no attention to that.
You can't see it from this camera angle, but there's actually all people up there.
Oh well.
Oh well, let's all have a listen to this confession. The truth is, I've been Mask DeMasque all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Mask DeMasque, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon a scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo, that's me! As for my brooch, I snapped it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. I don't like the direction this trial has taken. But this is how every trial goes. At least with me, anyway.
Ah, you're doing great.
You're doing
You're
great.
doing great. Keep it up.
You're doing great,
Everybody
sweetie.
do
We love
it.
you.
Left, right, 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 left, right, left.
Oh no, he's got. He likes commandeering types.
Stop, Mr. Godot, you're embarrassing me.
He likes commandeering types. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me.
Like I said, you're only gonna get one chance to testify. All right. But if you make it through with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Mask DeMasque, Esquire, patent pending, trademark, registered trademark, copyright.
I'd like to clarify that that was what he meant by keep the promise, not anything else. Unless you write that. Then go for it. Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
All right, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
I'm going to say that was indeed what was intended, because I worked on this game, so...
You did not.
I did work on the game.
Like this one?
I mean, the previous version of it, the iOS version.
Yeah.
But I have
the
worked
iOS
on this
version.
game,
You've
so-
technically worked on this game.
That means everything I say is true and is canon.
So.
Phenomenon.
So, about that alibi you say you don't have, should I just go straight in?
No. In a second.
In a second, but he says he doesn't have an alibi. So do I go with the wallet? Card?
Leaves a record when excused, right?
Yeah.
Was there a record?
I
Present the key card.
Present the key card.
Present the key card.
I
Section.
don't have the record in the
Yeah, but...
court record, that was it.
Well, you might get it.
I don't have a record in the record. Mr. DeLite, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does! I lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
You're like... normal...
Yeah, why are you withholding
Normal demand
evidence?
shit.
Why are you withholding evidence? That's
no,
really...
no, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
That's not very cash money of you, Mr. Phoenix Trite.
No, don't worry. We reveal surprise evidence all the time in this series. It's not a crime to... It's not
Look,
actually a crime to suddenly reveal surprise
Hey,
evidence.
you in the cheap seats, let me be hypocritical over here and just...
Let me be hypocritical, considering, like, one of
Also,
the previous games has made the joke of you didn't submit that to the record before.
Also, it was really rude of you to withhold that brooch you had.
Evidence?
Mr. DeLite, when did you first notice that you lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious?
No, I'm right. Yes, I am serious. My middle name is Shirley, thank you.
And my surname is Black. Black is the coffee that I've got.
Right. This proves that Mr. DeLite was in fact at KB Security that night. No! So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Workley Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. According to Larry, anyway.
Well, Mr. Gordon, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I do. I have plenty to say.
Stop drinking that...
Look, I gotta hydrate, Redeem. Leave me alone. Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong.
You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Gatto. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. DeLite all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day at school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there? He's really reaching now. Mr. DeLite, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO office. No!
Ah, that was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing.
What?
Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway? It's not like any crimes happen in the middle of the night at a security office.
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all.
Ah, this stupid kid. Stupid, sexy bundle.
Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. DeLite went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night.
Now I hit him with the Mr. DeLite, I believe you've seen this before, correct? That's... what is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents.
Blackmail? Ghost?
Yes, basically it says bring $50,000.
That certainly sounds like you had trouble pronouncing that. That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right.
At the time of the theft, Mr. DeLite was dealing with the blackmailer himself.
An unusual...
In KB Security CEO's office, a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime.
He was dealing with the blackmailer himself. I'd like to refer you again to that photo. No!
No, hang on, that was a... He was drinking during it. Ah!
I have slightly died.
Order! Order in the court! Order... Clean that up,
What now?
This is killing my throat.
So, when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense.
Objection. You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me, I've burnt my tongue on that coffee. I ain't gonna be...
Yeah, like the staff guy who did the film for the Godard voice is not nearly as cool as the guy who did it in Japan. Can you guess who did it in Japan?
Can I guess who did it? Can I guess all the many voice actors in Japan?
No, not a voice actor. Not a voice actor.
Okay.
A famous Capcom developer.
Allow me to guess about... Thank you for... Right, so hang on a minute. We've gone from it's a voice actor to... We've narrowed...
He did the voice.
We went from a narrow field voice actors to everyone in Japan could possibly have done this to somebody at Capcom. I don't know.
Kamiya Hideki, the creator of Bayonetta. And the creator of Devil May Cry.
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me...
It was fucking Bayonetta.
Well, let's just say that my Godoband 107 impresses me a lot more, and I've already complained about its bitterness.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say a lot, but this voice is literally murdering my throat. You say that the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate the CEO at all?
Huh? Well, no. I guess not.
Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that.
Not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you.
Not knowing what I think about something. That's one of my rules.
Good point. I'm not sure what to think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claims, right?
Nick, I think we're gonna have to track down the CEO guy.
No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite?
There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 a.m. that night. Ami Faye, I select you! Get out of your fucking earth!
It's time, everybody. It's
Get
time.
out of your pop fish!
It's time. Who's the one person that could actually confirm what Phoenix was doing? Well, it's time to bust out the butts again, everybody.
Well, Michael.
You've met him like a half dozen times.
Who is this useless-looking young man?
Oh, for God's sake!
Technically,
this
he didn't
judge.
meet him at all last game, actually. I'm pretty sure Larry's actually not in...
But he's been on the stand before.
Yeah, but this is also a very old man.
Phoenix is pointing it out.
You don't remember him, Your Honor?
Not exactly.
For God's sake.
But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
Who'd have thought the judge would be so judgmental?
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. He probably blocked that out of his memory on purpose. And if I analyze him right now, the Cyclock would be fucking black. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night.
Oh.
The question at hand is, this key card. Yep, that's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is from the CEO's office. You need it to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. They had to do it at some point. They were feeding him so much drink, he had to spit it at some point.
Well, Mr. Gordo?
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. That's gotta be Kane! I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the key card data here. Funnily enough, it looks just like that other piece of information you have already in your inventory.
They're stock sprites.
Thus meaning they've cut down the number of sprites they've had to create.
No, there's always like a document stock sprite.
So what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime.
But that means it can't be Mr. DeLite dressed as Mask DeMasque in this photo.
It looks like you're right. I mean trite. I mean wrong. I mean 2 minutes isn't even good enough time to brew up a good cup of joe.
So then...
Ron DeLite was clearly in the office of KP Security CEO at the time of the crime.
Okay, maybe.
The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact.
Okay,
Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mask DeMasque.
Good job! You did it, Nick! That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man.
Oh, it's not perilous.
Besmirching-
The old judge would have made it perilous.
Besmirching him with the title of thief. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLite, not guilty.
That's awfully fast.
This feels like we need to do something else.
Court is now adjourned.
Thank goodness for that.
October 13th. District Court. Lobby number 4.
Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself.
Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Miss DeLite. I just know I'm blushing. Cute.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick.
Oh, pearls.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Who is this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just,
You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya?
You're
You should
ruining.
be ashamed of yourself.
You're ruining my
she
ship.
slapped me.
You're ruining my ship.
Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree DeLite. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick!
Yes?
You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client.
No, you've got it all wrong.
I'll never forgive you.
Oh, a double slap.
Well, anyway, all's well and ends well, right?
Zoom out on the city this time.
Jeannie's saying, I think we all blocked that out of our memory,
Oh.
that case. Yes, I mean, yes, we did.
We got the secret urn back, and the thief has been caught.
No.
You're so right. And it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But actually, it was you, Miss DeLite, that brought the urn back.
Yeah, funny that.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? I am the thief. Actually, what's the problem now? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is...
Come on, give the kid some time. I thought I was done here, but apparently not. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo?
Mr. Gatto. Yeah, I'm wearing blue. What are you doing here?
Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite.
Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy.
Well, playtime.
Playtime's over,
Oh,
bitch.
wow, I picked the right voice.
Playtime is over.
Huh?
Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered.
Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before?
Jesus Christ, girl, I told you like
Isn't
5
that
minutes ago.
The name of the CEO of a.k.a. Security? Wait, body?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th.
1 a.m. on October 12th. You don't mean...
That means we gotta drag your ass back into that courtroom, kid. It's time to be charged for murder. You're not a thief, but you're a damn murderer. Okay, amigo?
Welcome to chaos.
I kind of said...
Fair enough.
At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered.
So, then, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on, you figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten that little piece of info I helped you out with today?
Helped me out? What?
October 12th, 1 o'clock in the morning. Ron DeLite was in the CEO's office. The scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been
Imbued, I think.
That was a
imbrued
yeah.
is a great typo for this character.
imbrued with utter rage and also imbrued with the
Ironbrew?
delicious taste of Scotland. Yes, you too. There's one thing I like better than Brand 107, and that's the blend of Iron Brew. It's made with real girders from Scotland. Yes, you too can buy it now at your local grocery store. I'm doing a bit, Maya, for fuck's sake. Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Iron Brew, it's everywhere. It was even in the office of Ron DeLite, who was once an employee of KB Security.
Imbrued. The past tense of imbrue. Yes, it is actually a word. It means to stain. This is usually something like hands or a sword, or I guess in the case of this dialogue it means the soul. It's a very archaic word. Somebody made a real weird choice here.
He was a professional security guard.
An employee of KB Security?
Yes, an employee of KB Security. It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
That's not how that fucking works.
Fantastic. That's
No
an
way.
anti-alibi. That's one of my rules. Don't hit me.
I'm not hitting you. I'm just like burp.
No way!
Yes, way! He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie! It can't be true! Oh, but I am a thief, I tell you!
Ron DeLite, you're going back to prison again! Do not pass go! Do not collect 200 yen! This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. Am I the prosecutor in that case too? Because I'm really worried about the state of my throat at the minute.
Yeah, it can't be. It's impossible.
It's not true. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. But that will be another time. Hopefully. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward in the one day I've known you.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you.
He's
yes,
not fucking
you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here.
You're not fucking around, actually. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet. Quiet? Quiet?
Absolutely! I am 100% quiet. Shut up over there. I'm busy talking.
But he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced.
Being the most dangerous enemy you've ever faced, that's one of my rules.
He hits me with hot coffee, and they let him do it.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. DeLite. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye.
Goodbye.
Cheerio, here I go on my way. 2, 3, 4. Walk as you wave me.
Nick, how could this be happening?
Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me.
Ronnie!
Have you figured out who Mask DeMasque is yet, everybody?
Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's gonna happen next? Tune in tomorrow and you'll probably do the investigation stage.
Of all the things, hydrate. Yes, I will.
Yes, yes.
I have been doing so steadily, but I will take Phoenix's advice here.
It is hard to keep track of when you're voicing the character who literally hydrates every 20 seconds.
Yes, but thank you for giving me that.
I
you
didn't
so-
realize you'd got that weird on it.
Thank you so much. Well, I didn't realise. I had exactly 3 seconds to choose a voice for a character that I know nothing really about apart from he drinks coffee. So.
Thank you, honey.
I was like, how do I voice this? Do I try and do like Mexican? Do I try and do fucking Cajun? Oh, what the hell am I? I was like, I was like, you know what I should voice this guy as? I should voice him as Gambit. That's what I should voice this guy as. And then about 1/10 of a second later, I just went, I have no idea how to voice Gambit.
Nobody knows how to voice
If I just do
Gambit.
generic dude Shadow the Hedgehog, that might work.
That might work. That might work. They have some things in common, this character.
They have some things in common. Okay. For those of you on YouTube, we're saying goodbye.
We're saying goodbye.
Thank you very much for watching.
This was an episode of Ace Attorney 3.
Do the thing. Do the roar in the chat. In fact, I would like you to do a comment that just says just roar if you're on YouTube and you watch this.
I would like to roar.
Do the roar.
Wow.
That's just how she talks normally. Ignore that. Anyway, but yeah, thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye bye!